And no fair. Oh, what do you want to look like me?
My baby.
Baby, Mary. Hey, Mary, you're on the nest.
Well, Clarence, Mary had her baby, a boy they named Petey.
Oh, that's nice.
And then another one, a girl, Jamie.
Oh, good for them.
But of course, George never got out of Bedford Falls.
Oh, he didn't?
No, year after year, George slaved away at the building and loan, helping folks like Mrs. Martini move into their own homes in the development, Bailey Park. George kept on dreaming and hoping. Mary had another baby, Susan. They nicknamed Zuzu.
How charming.
And then came the war. Mary ran the USO and had another boy, Tommy. Uncle Billy and Gower sold war bonds. Old Mr. Potter headed up the draft board, of course. And Violet joined the Waves until they found out her way of raising morale would sink the Navy.
Oh, my.
Bert the cop got wounded in Tunisia and received the Silver Star. Ernie the cab driver was captured by the Nazis, but escaped from a prison camp. And George's brother Harry, remember him?
Yes, he moved to Buffalo.
Yes, he moved to Buffalo, but Harry became a real hero. As a Navy flyer, he shot down 15 planes, 2 of them just about as they were ready to crash into a whole ship full of soldiers.
Oh, and George, what did George do in the war?
Well, George fought the Battle of Bedford Falls. He was designated 4F due to his bad ear. So, he served as air raid warden, ran scrap drives, rubber drives, plastic drives. Like the rest of the country, on VE Day, he wept and prayed. And on VJ Day, he wept and prayed again.
Well, then, we're just about up to today, aren't we, boss?
Yes, the only thing you don't know about George Bailey is what has happened that has him down there right now wanting to die.
Suicide? Well, what is it, boss?
All right, today is the day before Christmas, and in addition to the preparations, George is very excited.
Tilly, Eustace, hey, did you see this in the paper? Commander Harry Bailey, famous Navy ace, decorated by the president. My brother, the Medal of Honor.
Gosh, George, that's just swell.
Gosh, George!
Shut up, Jimmy.
Commander Bailey downed 15 enemy planes, the last 2 kamikazes, just as they were about to dive into a troop transport. I mean, think about that. Harry saved hundreds of lives. Hey, where's Uncle Billy, Eustace?
He's at the bank, George.
But the bank examiner's here waiting for him.
Oh, well, good afternoon,
Carter, bank examiner!
Oh, yeah, of course. Hey, did you see this in the paper? My brother's pictures here. The president is decorating him today.
Well, yes, I suppose they do that sort of thing. Now about the books?
George.
Violet, hey, how are you? Hey, did you see this in the newspaper about Harry's homecoming home?
Can I see you a minute, George, privately?
Mr. Bailey, I'd like to finish your audit tonight so I can get home to Elmer and spend Christmas with my family.
Okay, that's right. I just have to. Hey, Tilly, can you show the books to
Carter, bank examiner.
Of course. Tilly, can
Sure,
you do
George.
that?
I'll bring them into the conference room. Come right this way,
Carter!
bank examiner!
Shut up, Jimmy.
Violet, step into my office.
Thanks, George.
So, what can I do for you, Vi?
The letter you promised?
The letter. Oh, the letter of recommendation. I was just in the middle of typing it when all this stuff about Harry came up.
Like I told you on the phone, George, I'm leaving for New York. I gotta make a fresh start.
Well, okay, well, how's this? To whom it may concern, the bearer, Miss Violet Bick, has been employed here at Bailey Billing and Loan for the past 2 years.
That's lying, George.
Oh, now, Vi, don't you? She's demonstrated intelligence,
A lie.
ability,
A lie.
and good character.
Character, if I need character.
And I am happy to give her my wholehearted endorsement.
Gee, thanks, George.
Come on, Vi, it takes a lot of character to leave your hometown and start someplace new. And here's a little something to help you get
Oh,
started.
no, George, I can't can't take that.
Sure you can. I mean, you're broke, aren't you? What do you want to do? Hawk your furs and that hat and walk all the way to New York? It's a loan, Violet. That's all. And besides, you'll get a job.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, good luck, Violet.
I'm glad to know you, George Bailey. Merry Christmas, Georgie.
Well, same to you, Vi. Say hello to New York for me. Oh, shut up, Jimmy.
Shut up, Jimmy!
Hey, Eustace, where's that Uncle Billy?
He's making a deposit at the bank.
At the bank! Shut up, Jimmy!
Well, Mr. Potter, here to personally guard your money? What, your vault not strong enough?
Look out, Bailey, you old fool. My wheelchair.
Did you see the news? Harry Bailey wins the Medal of Honor. What will those Bailey boys do next?
What? Let me see that news.
Sure, here.
Huh. Well, what does that slacker George think? I mean, about Harry being decorated.
Well, that slacker George had gone. He earned 2 Medals of Honor.
Oh, but George didn't go, did he? Bad ear. Seems he heard everything but the call to arms.
Well, make sure you read the part about the parade for Harry tomorrow. Sorry I can't chat more, you old thief. I gotta go make a deposit.
Next customer, please.
Hello. Let's see here. Here you are. Bank book. Deposit slip. And Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, and to you too, Mr. Bailey. But haven't you forgotten something?
I forget things all the time.
So, Mr. Bailey, where's the money?
What?
You want to make a deposit, don't you?
Of course. I want to deposit $8,000.
Well, then it's customary to bring the money with you.
The money?
Yes.
The money? The money! It's gone! Where'd I put that money?
Guard, wheel me out of here.
Take note, Clarence. Uncle Billy couldn't find the deposit money because the envelope with the $8,000 was folded up in the newspaper he'd given to Mr. Potter.
The money was in the newspaper? So that's why George and Uncle Billy are scouring the street.
Look by the curb, Uncle Billy. I'll look by the mailbox.
I just don't know what happened to it, George. I just don't know.
It's $8,000. It's not our money. It's the depositor's money and the bank examiner's here.
But George, we traced every step I took.
Well, if you didn't drop it, maybe you never put it in your pocket in the first place.
Maybe, but it's no good, George. I'm no good to you.
No, come on. Think. You have got to think.
I can't think. I just can't.
Now, where is that money, you old fool? I mean, this means prison, bankruptcy, scandal. One of us is going to go to jail. Well, it's not going to be me. Do you hear? You keep looking. I'm going home.
George.
What's the matter, George? You haven't said a word since you came home.
How can I with Janie banging away on the piano like that? But you just have to keep on playing it over and over again.
I gotta practice for the Christmas party, Daddy.
What is it, dear? Another hectic day?
Oh, yeah. Red letter day for the Baileys.
Oh, here's Zuzu's plate. Hey, Dad.
Not now, Petey.
Ron's next door got a brand new car. You should see it.
What's the matter with our car? What is it not good enough for you?
Sorry, Dad.
Thanks for bringing Zuzu's plate, dear. All right, run along now.
Okay, I'll finish on the decoration.
Hey, Zuzu's eating in her room. What's the matter with her?
Oh, she caught a little cold coming home from school. Didn't button up her coat. She got a flower as a prize and she didn't want to crush it.
What do you mean a little cold?
Oh, it's okay, dear. The doctor said it was nothing serious.
The doctor? The doctor came?
Zuzu's got a little temperature, just 99.
No, it's just drafty old house. I mean, it's a wonder we don't all have pneumonia.
George,
I mean, why do we have to live here in the first place? Why in this crummy little town?
What's wrong, dear?
Everything's wrong. Why did we have to have all these kids anyway?
Daddy, how do you spell frankincense?
I don't know. Ask your mother.
Where are you going, George?
To see Zuzu.
Daddy!
Are you okay, Zuzu? I heard you got a cold.
I want to fly at school, Daddy. Can you give me a drink of water?
A drink? Yeah, sure. I'll.
Daddy, you crushed it.
I didn't mean to. I was
Taste
just.
it, Daddy. Taste it.
Okay. See, it's all pasted. It's good as new.
Thank you, Daddy. You can do anything.
Anything? Just get some rest, dear. You get better.
Merry Christmas, Daddy.
Mary, Zuzu felt a bit hot to me. Maybe we should just call the doctor again.
Hello? Oh, thank you, Mrs. Welch. Oh, she'll be all right.
But, Mary, who is that?
It's Mrs. Welch, Zuzu's teacher. What? Oh, well, the doctor says she should be out of bed in time for...
No, Mary, give me that phone.
George, please.
No. Is this Mrs. Welch? Well, yeah, well, this is Mr. Bailey. I mean, what kind of teacher are you? Do you realize you could get pneumonia because of you?
George?
Because of you silly, careless people like you sending our kids home half naked? Maybe my kids aren't the best dressed kids in town, but at least they... Hello? Hello? God, Janie, enough with the piano. Stop it!
George, whatever's wrong with you? Must you torture the children too?
Oh, well, how about this?
You worked for months on that bridge model.
Does it matter?
What's come over you? You're acting like a wild man.
Janie, I'm sorry. Mary, I'm sorry.
George!
I just have to go.
So that's what this sudden visit is about, huh, George? You're $8,000 short in your accounts.
That's right, Mr. Potter, but you got to help me. I'll pay any sort of interest, and if you still want the building loan, I guess we could arrange some...
But you say the money was lost. Well, what if it was stolen? Maybe you should notify the police.
No, Harry's homecoming is tomorrow, and the publicity would just
I
ruin...
see. Well, you didn't lose the money playing the market, did you, George? Maybe horses?
Of course not, Mr. Potter. The money's just...
A woman, then? You know, half the town's talking about you giving money to that Violet Big.
No, that has nothing to do with the missing...
So you come to me, but why not your buddy, Sam Wainwright?
Well, I tried to get a hold of him, but he's in Europe right now, and I can't...
So you want a loan from me for $8,000. What do you have as collateral, George?
Well, I have a life insurance policy here, and...
Life insurance? For how much?
Oh, it's a $15,000 policy.
15,000. But what's your equity in it?
500.
500? And you want an emergency loan on Christmas Eve for 8,000?
Yes.
Ha! You're a pathetic George Bailey. For years you opposed my plans and derided my character. You said you didn't need me or my money, did you not?
Yes, sir.
Now, suddenly, I'm very important to you. Well, do I look like Santa Claus?
No, Mr. Potter, I just need...
You once called me a warped, frustrated old man. Well, George Bailey, what are you? but a warped, frustrated young man.
I need...
You dreamed of conquering the world, but look at you now, crawling to me for help. Ah! Go to the riffraff you love so well. Go beg them for help.
Please, Mr. Potter, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to swear out a warrant for your arrest.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Potter. I thought that we had a...
I'm calling the sheriff. And then I'm going to call the district attorney. And then after that, I'm going to call the newspaper.
No, the sheriff, the newspaper, but Mr. Potter, what about a loan on my life insurance policy?
For $500 in equity? Ha! Now you listen to me, George. You're worth more dead than you are alive. No. I have to leave. I've got to get out of here. Where are you going, George? You can't hide in a small town like this. Hello, Sheriff Baxter. This is Henry Potter, and I want to report embezzlement at the Bailey Building and Loan.
Boss, the nerve of that Henry Potter.
Yes, Clarence. He had George's $8,000 in his desk drawer the whole time.
What will George do now, boss? Where is he?
He's at Martini's Tavern. George has had a few drinks. He's just dazed, standing there.
Our Father in heaven, God, I've never been a praying man, but if you're there, if you're listening, can you show me the way? I'm lost, God. I'm lost. Please,
Mr. Bailey, you all right? Miss Martini. Georgie, you don't look so good.
You're right, Nick. Mr. Bailey, you're drinking too much. Too much. You had enough, please.
Bailey? Which Bailey are you talking about?
This Mr. Bailey, Mr. George Bailey.
George Bailey? Why, you... Serves you right, Bailey. If you ever talk to my wife that way again, you'll get even worse. Ain't it enough she slaves away teaching your stupid kids how to read and write? Then you gotta go and bawl her out on the phone? She cried over an hour, you louse.
Hey, beat it, Mr. Welch. You punched my best friend. He helped me by my house. Out of here. Go. Throw him out, Nick.
Go on, Welsh. Never mind the dad.
All right, I'm going.
Mr. Bailey, how you doing?
Martini, who was that?
That's Mr. Welch.
Yeah, that's what I get for praying. Where's my policy? Huh? My life insurance policy.
Don't you worry, Mr. Bailey. Welch don't come here no more. Wait, Mr. Bailey, I get something cool for your face. Look, the blood.
No, that's all right.
Please, don't go. Mr. Bailey, stay.
No, don't go on. Just let me be.
Stay here, Mr. Bailey. It's snowing. Nick, take Mr. Bailey home.
No, just leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Well, Clarence, George left Martini's Tavern a few moments ago. He's standing on the toll bridge, looking down at the river. He's about to jump. Do you have your plan ready?
I don't know, boss.
Well, if you can save George Bailey's life, you'll earn your wings.
My wings? Oh, yes, my wings. I won't let you down, boss. George! George Bailey! Don't jump, George! Get away from the bridge! George! George, stop!
We'll return in just a moment to the WBBM Radio Theater presentation of It's a Wonderful Life. But first, a word from Campbell's Soup. Life. A troubled George Bailey stands on the Bedford Falls toll bridge, convinced that he's worth more dead than alive. Deep in despair, George stares at the freezing waters below, poised to end it all, when suddenly...
Help! Help me, I'm drowning! I can't swim!
Oh my God! Oh, hold on! Here I come, mister! Here I come! Hold on!
You two sure are lucky my toll booth is open tonight. Otherwise, you'd have froze to death. Jumping in the river like that. You warming up now?
Well, I'm all right. And you, mister?
Clarence, I'm fine, although my underwear's a bit out of fashion. I passed away in it.
You passed a what?
Oh, and Tom Sawyer's drying out too.
The name is George.
No, my book. I still had Tom Sawyer with me, but, you know, there's a Tom Sawyer quality to you, George. Lots of ideas and wanderlust, you know.
Uh-huh. So how'd you fall in the river?
Fall in? I didn't fall in. I jumped in. Jumped in to save you, George.
You jumped in to save me.
Well, it worked, right? You didn't go through with your plan, did you?
Go through with what plan?
You know, suicide.
Hey, you can't commit suicide around here. I think it's against the law.
Well, it is where I come from.
Where do you come from, mister?
Oh, you know, heaven.
Why?
Right.
George, you're bleeding. Your lip.
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, well, I got punched in the face in answer to a prayer.
No, George, I'm the answer to your prayer. I was sent down from heaven to help you.
Come on.
I'm Clarence Oddbody, AS2.
AS2.
Oh, you know, angel, second class.
Angel? Right. Well, I'm going to see if any other angels just save somebody. When your clothes are dry, feel free to leave.
Thank you so much for the warm stove.
Hey, now, wait a minute. Why did you save me?
Well, because killing yourself is a sin, especially for $8,000.
$8,000. Now, how would you know?
I know all about you, George Bailey. Remember, guardian, angel.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you look like the kind of angel I'd get. Angel, huh? So, where's your wings then?
Oh, I'm an angel second class, George. I haven't won my wings yet, but you can help me earn them by letting me help you.
Help me. Oh, you couldn't help me with, say, $8,000, could you?
Oh, but we don't use money in heaven.
Yeah, well, it sure comes in pretty handy down here, bub.
Well, some might think so, but...
I found out just a little bit late. But since you know so much about me, do you know that I'm worth more dead than I am alive?
Oh, you shouldn't talk that way, George. I'll never get my wings if you keep that up. You just don't realize what you've done for people. I mean, if it hadn't been for you...
If it hadn't have been for me, they'd all be better off. My wife, kids, my friends.
Killing yourself wouldn't make them happier.
Well, yeah, I suppose you're right. Guess it would have been better if I hadn't been born in the first place.
What?
Yeah, I wish I'd never been born.
Oh, that's a good one, George.
Good what?
The plan you just gave me. It reminds me a lot of Tom Sawyer. Well, let me see here.
Hey, what the heck is...
Okay, George. You got your wish. You were never born.
Never born.
Oh, that's right. You have no worries. No missing $8,000. No sheriff or Mr. Potter on your trail. You don't exist.
Hey, wait a minute. Say something into my bad ear.
Oh, you hear me all right. You don't have a bad ear. And that's because you're not the George Bailey you used to be. Now you're... Well, now you're nobody.
Oh, that's nuts. But I can hear.
And your lips stopped bleeding.
Hey, it did. Hey, What's happening here? I need a drink. How about you, Angel? You want to join me for a drink?
A drink? Well, I'm on duty, you know.
Oh, then just join me. As soon as our clothes are dry, we can...
The clothes are dry, George. They never got wet, you see.
Huh, what do you know? Well, okay, so we'll dress and we'll walk over to Martini's Tavern and have a... Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, I'll walk, you can fly.
Fly? But I don't have my
Wings, right. You don't have your wings. Well, tell you what, after a couple of drinks, we'll both be flying. Come on.
What will it be?
Nick, is Martini still here? I want to apologize for
You
earlier.
want a martini or you a wise?
No, just give me a double bourbon then.
Yeah, for you?
Clarence is the name. I would just love a flaming rum. No. Maybe mulled wine.
Oh, what?
Yes, with a dollop of nutmeg and just a dash of cloves. Up to it, my lively lad.
Listen, Clarence. We serve hard liquor here for men who want to get drunk quick. If that's not good enough for you, perhaps I could convince you otherwise.
That's okay, Nick. Just give him the same as me.
No bourbon.
Hey, why is Nick acting that way? I mean, what's going on here? The tavern, it's all changed.
Bedford Falls has changed. You got your wish, George. You were never born. It's a different world without you.
A different world.
Ah, good. At least somebody just made it.
Just made what, Clarence?
Here are your drinks.
Well, every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
What'd you say, angel?
Angel second class?
Clarence, you don't want to be talking about angels in here.
Why? They don't believe in angels?
Oh yeah, sure they believe in them, but you
So
don't...
they're just surprised to actually see one.
In a bar?
Yeah, sorry, Nick, he just never grew up.
Sure I do. Next September, I'll be 293.
So fixies, eh? I'll bet you don't got any money either.
Well, of course not. We don't use money in heaven.
Well, this ain't heaven. That's enough. Out. Get out of my bar.
Your bar? Where's Martini, Nick?
You ain't getting no martini. And how do you know my name anyway? I don't know you from Adam. Hey, you again.
Spares machine, sir. Spares.
Oh, no, Rummy. I told you never to come in here panhandling.
Mr. Gower! Mr. Gower, you know me. I'm George Bailey. George Bailey.
I need a drink, mister. Just one.
Get out, Gower. Bill, throw that Rummy out.
Oh, no, please.
But that's Mr. Gower from the pharmacy.
Yeah, that rumhead did 20 years in prison for poisoning the kid. Hey, if you know him, maybe you're a jailbird too. All right, Bill, get these two out of here. Out.
You don't have to be so brusque.
Hey, everybody, get me. I'm handing out wings.
Hey, what happened to Mr. Gower? How could that be poisoning a kid?
Don't you see, George? You weren't there to stop Gower from putting the poison in.
No, I wasn't there. Sure, I was there.
No, because you were not born.
Not born? Well, who am I then?
Nobody. You have no identity.
No, what do you mean? I'm George Bailey.
No, you're not. No papers, no driver's license, no 4F card, no insurance policy.
Zuzu's petals.
They aren't there either, George. You may have put those flower petals into your pocket before, but now you don't exist.
They're gone. Oh, what? Am I a ghost?
You've been given a gift, George, to see the world without you.
Oh, you're nuts! You're nuts and you're driving me nuts too.